Come on, Rockstar.
To do something 4 times, you gotta be pretty good at it. Our guest here today, she is a 4-time state wrestling champion for those Tigers of Fern Creek. If you would, tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Gabby Wilson, and like you said, I am the first ever four-time state champ at Fern Creek High School.
And you're also the first girl 4-time state champion.
I'm the first
talk
girl
about
champion,
your
period, at for wrestling.
Yep, you're exactly right about that. We'll talk about your four wins and all that later on in the video. But for those that don't know you, don't know your story, how do you begin wrestling? What gets you into it?
I tell everybody this story. I think honestly, it's one of those stories. It's like I started for somebody else, and then I realized that I was really there for myself. I have a twin. His name is Alex.
Pretty cool guy if he's got a name like Alex. That's my first name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pretty cool.
He broke his arm a couple years ago and was very adamant about not going back. And it really hurt me as his twin because I knew how much he really liked wrestling. And I was like, it's okay. Like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you that you can do this. And so we can go back together and it will be fine. And that is actually what happened. He did go back the following year, which was our sophomore year, and wrestled through our sophomore year and through our junior year, and unfortunately didn't wrestle our senior year, but I still kept wrestling our senior year. So yeah.
No, that's a good story. So did you start, just so I can get it clear, you started as a freshman, correct? Or did you start before that?
I started in 8th grade.
8th grade. Okay. All right. That's cool. And of course, you're a senior. You'll be class of 2024. And you won 3 state championships in the Coaches Association state tournament. And kudos to everybody that got the Coaches Association state tournament started. They saw that the sport was growing. They saw there was a need for it. And they gave the girls of the state a true state tournament, a recognized, respected state tournament. And last year, the 2023 school year, the KHSAA and the Board of Control and all that, they approved girls wrestling to be a sanctioned sport. So when you get the notice, whether it was social media, Coach Dodd telling you, however you found out, were you like, all right, y'all better watch out, I'm coming, right?
To be honest with you, it was actually the complete opposite. So the thing was with wrestling getting sanctioned is my weight class was actually going to be taken out. And I was very, very upset. I was very mad.
I was hoping you'd talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Well, people are like, oh, were you excited when it got sanctioned? I was like, absolutely not. Like at first, I was like, I'm going to have to cut more weight than I want to in a short amount of time. And I was already struggling with my weight my junior year. This year, not so much. This year, I've lost a ton of weight. But last year was a very hard year for me. My weight was fluctuating horribly. I was almost never on weight, and it was so stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So hearing that it wasn't over, it literally just it made me think like, what am I doing here? Like why am I putting so much effort in? Why am I putting so much of my time and energy into the sport for me to get my chances of becoming the first four-time state champ at Fern Creek to be just taken away from me just like that?
Mm-hmm.
And it honestly really didn't make sense to me because the whole point of being sanctioned was to include more girls, was to get
Yep.
more girls involved, and they're taking out a weight class. That's not how that works. So it really sucked to like think about it and to think like if I really want to do this, I'm going to have to work so much harder.
Mm-hmm.
Um so when my weight class got put back in, it was definitely a relief, but it didn't stop me from wanting to lose weight. And like I said, I have lost a bunch of weight since my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my mom could probably tell you, I can't tell you off the top of my head, but my junior year, I was 89 pounds, I think my first tournament. And the other day I weighed in at 262. So I have been losing a lot of weight. And I'm doing it healthy this time. So
Right.
my junior year, it was so unhealthy. I would starve myself. I would go on runs and not drink any water. Like, I can't even count on my hands how many times I went on a run, came home, took a shower, and went straight to sleep. Didn't eat, didn't drink. Like, I was serious about not missing weight because I can't miss weight. I'm a three-time. I have to
Right.
be on point. So
Right.
it
No,
was definitely
I get it. And I'm glad you brought that up, that the 285 weight class was pretty much, I think there was only eight girls in the 285, but I could see that number growing in the next state tournament that we have. So
mhm.
let's talk though about your three Coaches Association wins. 2021, 2022, and 2023, 285 pounds, like you said earlier, and you pinned all the way through. You had in those years, you pinned every single opponent. But in the championship round or championship match, I should say, in 21 and 22, you wrestled Kristen Griggs from Harrison County, and then in
Mhm.
23, you wrestled Sarah Hellman from Male. And in the 2024 KHSAA tournament, Sarah goes on to get 8th place that year, or this past year, I should say. So let's kind of let's get to the point where you find out that the 285-pound weight class is going to be one of the weight classes that is sanctioned. And you're like, all right, now it's my time, right? Now it's time to get four on the board. It's time to let the world know what I can do on the big stage. The the sport of girls wrestling in Kentucky, it's been growing. It's been slow undercurrents. You've been seeing, or I have anyway. I guess so many people added me on social media. Um, young girls, young sters. When I say young, I'm talking elementary age. They're going to like off-season tournaments, whether it's in Ohio. There's some in Kentucky. There's a lot that seem to take place in like the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area, some at the beach. So talk to the young girls, not necessarily high school. We'll talk about the high school girls just in a minute, but to the young girls that are in elementary school, starting off, maybe they were there and they got to see you wrestle, whether it's state tournament, whatever tournament was at this year. What would you like to know, you specifically, what would you like to know as, say, an elementary school age girl going into the sport of wrestling? What would be some advice you wish you knew back then?
I wish somebody told me that you will make it through. You will be okay. It's not the end of the world. Like there were so many times where I was like, what am I doing here? Like why
Yep.
am I still here? And just getting up and going to practice is a win, whether it feels like it or not. At the end of it, you can tell yourself, I was one of the people that was committed to this sport. I was one of the people who's in that room every single day. And if I wasn't there on time, I came late because missing practice for me and the way that I was raised is not an option. You go to practice, you commit to something that you do. You don't give you don't decide when you want to go or when you don't want to go. Because in life you don't get to decide those type of things. You don't get to decide when you pay your bills. You pay them when they're
That's
due.
that's true.
So
That's a good point.
I'm very thankful for my parents for teaching me that lesson and for helping me learn it through sports because it has helped me a lot outside of sports. And I also think it's important to know that discipline is huge in life, period. Like the amount of times where I knew I was overweight, but that cake was just looking at me and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, oh, like I had to get my life together. I had to be like, all right, let's be an adult about this. Like, you know that you have a duty, you know that people are counting on you, and so you need to hold up your end. And so, but back to what I said, things are gonna be hard, wrestling or not wrestling, but you will get through it and you will find a way through it if you are serious about it. And also don't give up. Even if you want to, even if it feels right, don't give up because you will regret it. I almost didn't wrestle my senior year and I 100% would have regretted it if I didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that my mom was definitely one of the biggest advocates for me to go back. And I was like, I am not going back. And she was like, you will, but okay. And I guess my mom knows me
Yeah.
because I ended up going back.
Yep.
But like I said, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be one of those things where you have to play the long game, especially if you're new.
Mhm.
You're gonna take some losses. I definitely did. My eighth grade year, I got my behind whooped. I got my behind whooped. One of my very first matches was against a senior, and she double legged me, and I laid on the mat like she broke my ankles. Yeah, not one of my proudest moments, but it happened. Like that's
Yep.
just to show you, like even the four-time state champion took losses. Like I lost to a girl this year that I should not have lost to. And even though it was an exhibition match, I was still like, oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like you don't expect yourself to be perfect in a sport that takes time and a sport that takes energy and make sure that you're all the way there because if you want those results but you're not mentally, physically, and emotionally there, you will not get there. You just won't. You
Yeah.
have to make wrestling your lifestyle if you want to become good at it. It's just the truth.
I completely understand, and to the whether it's parents of young girls that are in wrestling or coaches or whatever, listen to what listen to what Gabby just told you. She knows how to get on top of the podium. But let's talk though about your 2024 season. Of course, like, as you mentioned, the 285-pound weight class. You're a senior, and it has to feel good though to know I can go out as a senior on top of the podium 4 times in a row. Not
It
too
was
many
definitely
people have done that. There's only a handful that's ever done that in the state of Kentucky. James Earl Harden from Kentucky School for the Blind, Robbie Clarkson at Connor, Joe Carr Jr. from Woodford County, Harrison Courtney from Woodford County, Isaac Knable, a St. Xavier, Bryce Schaefer, rest in peace to Bryce. Brock Irvin has did it, and as it is of this filming, the Rainey brothers, Jordan has already done it. He'll probably wind up being a 6-timer, and his brother will be a 5-timer, Jaden. So you're in elite company. You are in some absolute elite company with those names right there. But let's talk about your state tournament. Of course, it's at the Horse Park in Lexington. The first round, you start off with a fall over Jocelyn Inman of Bell County. You win that by a fall, 1 minute, 14 seconds. And Jocelyn goes on, I believe, that year to get 7th place, or this past year, I believe it is. The semifinals, you're wrestling Evelyn Estes I believe that's how her name is. Estes
I think so.
from
I think so. Harrison.
Henderson County.
Henderson, sorry.
Yep.
I get
Yep.
them confused.
It's all right. It's all right. You win that by a fall in 33 seconds, and Evelyn
I
goes
did
on to
not
get
know
fourth
that.
place. So now you're in the finals against Elena Bengas from Taylor County. Now, we're not going to tell you the result. If you paid attention earlier in the video, you already know the result, but we have the video of it. Just a dominant performance so far. So you win that semifinals match, knowing you're going into the finals, having the opportunity to be Fern Creek's first girl state champion and be Fern Creek's first four-timer. Do the nerves hit, or are you like, this is just another match, or walk us through that?
Honestly, I was ready. I was ready to go. I think the worst part was just waiting for all of the matches to end because I was the last match.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it's like, okay, you have to stay on your game. At the beginning, I was laying down on one of the practice mats with one of my friends, Faith from Central.
Mhm.
She's a 235. I was laying down with her. She was actually in the finals as well, and kudos to her, she won. Um, I was laying down with her, and I told her, I said, I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. And she was like, why? And I was like, this is huge. Like, if I do this, this is like the fourth time that I've done this. Like, that's crazy. And she was like, you got it. And I knew that I had it. I don't mean to sound cocky, but it was just, I think it just hit me that like what I was actually there to do
Mm.
and how big that was for not only me, but for all of my teammates to be there. Well, most of my teammates to be there and supporting me. It kind of just shocked me that like I've done this 3 times already.
Yeah.
And it kind of brought me back to my first state championship as a freshman. I remember talking to myself in the mirror that morning and I was like, look, this is a learning experience. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. And when I went home, I kept telling my mom, I'm a state champion, I'm a state champion. And now that's kind of like my reputation. Like I'll walk around school and they'll be like, hey champ, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, like
That's right.
so I don't know. I feel like I kind of my freshman year, it kind of hit that like I have created this reputation for myself and I am required to keep it up.
I got
So
you. And refresh my memory. Were you in the hotel lobby whenever we done Coach Dodd's review video?
yes, I
Okay.
was.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I know a bunch of the team was down there. I wasn't sure if you were there yet or not.
Yep,
Um,
I
so
was.
you can say it. We'll cut this part so we'll make sure that the version Coach Dodd sees isn't we'll mute it or whatever. But watching Coach Dodd's video, where you like, Coach, come on, you know you should hit that double leg, or you know you should have, you stalled too much.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think stalling, if you know how to do it, if you know how to do it without like getting caught, then
Yeah.
kudos to you because I definitely can't. Um, I like to say stalling is we do have a lot of wrestlers I'm throwing shade a little bit. I'm throwing shade a little bit. We do have a lot of wrestlers that make nothing look like something. And I mean,
Yeah.
if it works, it works. I'm not
Yeah.
hating. Like I wish I could do that, but
Yeah.
that's not the case. So,
Oh, Cole, he put on a good performance there in the state finals in
mhm.
2015. He really did, and I believe that you are currently the only student at Fern Creek that's a state wrestling champion. Am I correct about that? I
Yeah, I
think you
think
are, because I know there hasn't been any of the on the boys side, and it being the girls' first time. So you'll be the only you're the only current student at Fern Creek. Do we count Coach Dodd as in that, or no?
I
No,
guess.
we won't count him. We'll make sure that he knows that we don't count him. He's not faculty maybe, but no, I'm kidding, Coach. I love you. So we're going to pull up your state finals video here, and this video has the parade of champions, the face off, the match, and the medal ceremony. So here we go.
It is now time for the Parade of Champions, presented by the U.S. Marines. Please stand and welcome our 2024
It's good that we're back in the Horse Park Arena. And there you come. You're the sign bearer. I think everybody knew that you should be the sign bearer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the 2024 KHSAA Girls Heavyweight Championships presented by UK Home Care. That's being what introducing the 285-pound weight class from Taylor County, senior
I just remember thinking, like, saying to myself, don't trip, don't trip, don't trip.
So many people have said that exact same thing. Of course, you two were the first to introduce because we started heavyweight, work our way down, so the 100 pounds are out there. And here's the match video. You got Rob Smith there as your official. So you start off right out of the gate, trying like some type of arm drag, some type of like a one-on-one.
Okay.
And shoot in, get the leg, and you right here, you take care of business. There's no messing around. You get out to the side. And there it is, 38 seconds.
Holy crap, that was 38 seconds.
38
Oh my God,
seconds.
Gail, look at me crying. I was like, oh my gosh, I just did it again. Like, I was like, oh. In the move, I was laughing because the move that I did, I literally had learned that week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I worked with one of our other coaches. He wasn't there. But I had gone over the move with him and stuff because I was like, this is a super easy move and this is something that I could like do really well. So she gave me that leg and I went with it.
Wow. Yeah. Of course, you wrestled Jocelyn there.
Mm-hmm. I almost got myself in some trouble with her.
Oh, did you?
I did. I was giggling because I was walking up the podium and
there's you wrestled her as what? No, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, you wrestled her, Evelyn.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
You wrestled her. That's the Montgomery County. Yep. I can tell that by their coach. And here you come to the top of the podium for the 4th straight time.
Yeah, right there, I almost fell off that podium.
That would have been an epic moment right there.
I don't know about that.
Now, you're holding up the 4 right there, 4-time state champion.
I am.
Absolutely phenomenal career. And that's where the video ends. So 38 seconds in the state finals. That's one of the quickest pins of the entire, if you looked at like a chart of all-time fastest pins in the state finals, you're up there. I'm not exact. The fastest pin in the state finals occurred in 2020. I don't have the number in front of me, but you're not far behind it. And I would, well, you said earlier you learned that move, the that week, but watching it back, does it play out the way that you remember it?
Not really, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, I get it. I like to ask everybody that question because in the moment things seem to last longer, last shorter. It's like whenever you see a mouse come running by or a spider, it's always 100 pounds heavier than what it, or 5 foot longer. Oh my God, that little mouse was big as big as an elephant running through here, and it's just a little teeny mouse. And I guess our senses get heightened, all that kind of stuff, the fight, flight, freeze, or faint response. But you had a great performance. You really did. Caps off a great career. And I want to go over a few of Fern Creek's history here. Fern Creek has 3 team state titles on the boys' side, 1975, 1984, 2015. You, with your state championship, put them in 4th place overall with 37. And Fern Creek has 3 most outstanding wrestlers. And now they can say they've got a 4-time state champion. And we saw the photos on social media of you getting escorted in the fire truck. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was definitely something. I almost fell. Just putting that out there. Fun fact is I'm actually very clumsy. I trip over my own feet all the time. So wrestling plus clumsiness does not equal success, but I got there. So
Yeah, hey, no, and you turn clumsiness into championship, so that's a good that's a good way to do it. But you got escorted over in the big Fern Creek fire engine out there, all the students, and you got the banner now in the gym.
I had my little sign in the window, and I got out of the car, and everybody was like, "What in the world is going on?" And I come out, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Gabby!" And they were cheering.
It's the champ's in the house, right?
Yeah.
Move over, Muhammad Ali. I'm in the house now. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that.
No, but just an excellent career at Fern Creek. Excellent performance in the finals, and all the 285 wrestlers from here on out, they'll have to live up to your dominance, your level of dominance.
Yeah.
It'll always be, this girl was good, but she may not be as good as Gabby was. Did you see Gabby wrestle in the finals? Did you see Gabby do this? She ain't that good. So you can always say, for all the girls that come after you, you can always say, I am the 285-pound benchmark.
I definitely tried. I didn't look at it like that. I've never looked at it like that. I always try to stay humble. I say stay humbled so you don't get humbled.
Right.
I think there's always somebody out there that's better than you, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because it keeps you disciplined, it keeps you pushed. And so I never settled for, oh, okay, well, I'm a state champion. Like even now, like if I had a chance to go back and redo it, I would because I want to better myself. I want to become a better wrestler. I want to be more active. Like this year, I call it my toolbox. I completely threw all of my tools out and decided to put new ones in. So I think if you look at the way that I wrestled last year compared to the way that I wrestled this year, I'm a lot more offensive this year. I'm a lot more aggressive. I tend to have a more defensive wrestling style. Sometimes I'll take bad shots just to get where I want to be. Sometimes I'll put myself in bad positions so that way I can like do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like my thing for the longest time was fat man rolls. And I think the only person I fat man rolled this year was a guy, I think. So I was trying to stray away from what I was used to doing because I had learned so much, and so I might as well try it. Like at state, I tried a cradle. Didn't go so well, but I tried.
Right.
So you got to put yourself in those positions to see what you can do. Like I almost had it, but I made the wrong move, and we went flying across the mat, and that's fine. Like you live and you learn. You gotta put yourself in different positions to learn what you're good at, to learn how good you are at it, and what you need to work on.
I completely understand. So I've got two more questions for you, then we'll wrap this one up. We have to ask, what's next for you? What's the plan going forward for you?
Unfortunately, I am done with wrestling. It was definitely something I thought about for college, but I am ready to close this chapter of my life.
I understand.
It was an amazing chapter. I don't regret any part of it, but it is time for me to close that chapter. And I even said in one of my interviews after I had just won state actually that I wouldn't have wanted this book to close any other way. It was really a closure moment for me, and it was really one of those things where it's like, you're done now. You put
I
all this
get it.
work in, you put all of this effort in, and you're done. It
Mhm.
paid off. You got where you wanted to be. And so I think looking at it from my freshman year, this was never my goal. But I'm so glad that I was able to succeed as well as I did. And with my family members, like one of my mom is one of my biggest supporters, and she was unfortunately in Honduras whenever I was at state. So um but my grandparents were there, my dad was there, my team was there, my coaches were there. My mom was there through the phone. She was texting the group chat like, "Where's the video? Where's the video?" And
Yeah.
I think in some of the I don't you probably have the more professional videos of me wrestling other years, but the videos I have, you can hear my mom screaming, "Squeeze, squeeze, pinner, pinner!" Like she's literally my biggest supporter when it comes to wrestling and just being a girl wrestler, like it's so much different, and I don't think that people realize that.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's one of those things that you just have to learn how to maneuver around, and she definitely helped me um become the woman I am now through wrestling. So it was really nice to have that type of support living with me and like speaking words into me. So it was nice.
Okay, well, that's for I was like to know, like I said, what was next. So wrestling may not be in your future, but I've been told you may or may not be pretty tough in the track and field world. So
Yeah.
tell us
Actually, one
about
of the
what
other,
what could be next.
um, I'm being recruited to throw shot put and discus in college.
Okay, see, I was hoping you'd lead into that. So, what colleges? Tell us about your shot put and your discus.
Shot put and discus, I've been throwing for a while. I think sixth or seventh grade, either
Okay.
one. Um, I started in middle school and I loved it. Well, my mom was like, "You have to join the sport," and I was like, "No." She was like, "Well, join track," and I was like, "Girl, I'm not running." And she was like, "Okay, well, you can figure something else out." So I started throwing and I was really, really bad at it. And then I kept doing it. And I want to shout out my coach, Coach Lopez. Um, he has worked with me since I was in sixth grade and he's really made me the thrower I am today. And so I'm so thankful for him and thankful for the technique and the grace that he's given me. So yeah.
So,
There's not really a story behind there's not really a story about like how I started wrestling, but the schools that I am getting recruited by are EKU, Lindsay Wilson, and Cumberland.
okay, and all three are Kentucky schools,
Hmm.
um, and that would be great to see you go on and continue. And you know, you've done it in wrestling 4 times, so you got to add a state championship for track and for discus or shot put or even both. This is what I would do. I would go to the whatever meets you go to. I'd have all 4 of my medals around my neck. Be like, all right, listen, you have to wrestle me before you throw shot put against me. And they're like,
Yeah,
everybody like, I'm out, I'm done, I quit, I
yeah.
give up.
That's a good plan. I didn't even think about that one. Let
Or
me write my notepad real quick.
get like one of those like professional wrestling title belts and wear it around and be like, who wants a shot at the belt? We're
Right.
not gonna throw. You're gonna wrestle me, and if I beat you, then you're out
You
of
gotta
the
step
you're out of
down.
competition.
You gotta
Throw it.
step down. I actually know one of the girls, the 185 state champion Victoria from throwing. I met her. I don't remember when I met her, but she's a phenomenal thrower. She is so good at throwing. She amazing. I think I met her in indoor, and
Mhm.
then I met her at state, and she's awesome. She's such a good thrower. She's super strong. And I'm really proud of her for winning. I saw her and I was like, "Oh my gosh, hi!" And she was like, "Hey!" And it
Yeah.
was just a very full circle moment because like I had no idea that she wrestled. I really didn't. So it was really nice because not only do I meet people through wrestling, but I meet people through track too. And I love talking to people. I am a huge people person. I'm such a social butterfly. So it's really nice to be able to socialize through sports and stuff like that.
That's great. And whatever you choose to do, whether did you go to college and do that, whatever it is, I know I wish you the best, and I'm sure the rest of the Kentucky wrestling community wishes you the best as well, because you're going to be a great ambassador for the sport for years to come that we can all point to and say, Gabby was our first four-timer.
Yeah. I
She
remember I got a little banner. Um I got a little banner with my name and stuff on it saying heavyweight. And I also got a day. I don't know if you knew that. I have my own day.
I saw
Um
that. That was,
yeah.
of course, you guys are going to see photos of that. It was
It's a hoodie.
Gabby Wilson Day, and I believe, are you reaching for the plaque there?
I am. We have Hot Wheels on my plaque.
Yep, I got you.
Here is the
That's cool. I can't imagine there's too many wrestlers that have their own day and have their
yeah.
own, proclamation, if you will. That's cool.
I
So
actually had no idea. Like I was like, what is he holding? What in the world? Like nobody told me anything. And I told all my friends, I said, I'm gonna get y'all t-shirts. So when I go to college, I better see it's Gabby Wilson Day posted. Or else I'm
Gabby
coming
Wilson
back and
Day.
I'm wrestling.
Hey,
I'm
no,
breaking out the shoes again.
that's cool. You got to ride in a fire truck. You
I
got
did.
your own day. You got
Yep.
your own banner.
Yep.
Pretty good day. Pretty good day all the way around.
Yes, I was awesome.
I'd like to welcome everybody today. We appreciate everybody coming out tonight on this great day. And believe it or not, I have a proclamation here from Louisville Metro Council. This proclamation means that on February 23rd, 2024, today is Gabby Wilson Day here in the city of Louisville. And I'm going to read just a little bit about what the proclamation says. It says, Gabby participates in volleyball and track, where she throws the discus and shot put. She recently competed in the wrestling state championship, where she won her 4th consecutive heavyweight championship. Gabby is the first athlete in Fern Creek High School history to win 4 straight state championships in the same event. She has never lost a match versus the girls in 4 years as she wrestled. Her impressive final record versus the girls was 34-0. Gabby is the student leadership at Fern Creek High School because of her strong focus and level commitment to her unmatched athletic and academic success. Congratulations, Gabby Wilson. I'm going to bring the head coach of our wrestling girls up here. He will say a few words. Coach Justin Nichols.
So
So many of you might not know, but the beginning of this wrestling season, Gabby came to me early one morning and was like, "Coach, I don't think I'm going to wrestle this year." I was like, "What do you mean you're not going to wrestle?" It's like, "You've done 1-3, why not go win 4? It's your first year as a girls sanctioned sport. What do you mean you're not wrestling?" And she gave me some long story about, she's going to throw in college. She doesn't want to take the chance to get hurt or anything like that. And I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see. So a couple weeks went by. We had our orange and black girl here. She ended up showing up. And of course, like we all knew, she wanted to come back out after seeing it. And she came back out. She worked her tail off. She lost 40 pounds. She was working out with a personal trainer. Doing everything right. And she comes back out. It's like the first or second practice she comes back out. She's drilling with our boys heavyweight, and he goes to hit a move and busts her nose, ends up breaking her nose. And I'm like, well, she's not going to win a finish now. But she did, even though she couldn't wrestle those first couple of weeks because of her nose. She was in the room helping the other girls, helping the other wrestlers, and as you all know, she, finished the season and became the school's first ever 4-time state champ.
Woo!
And because of that, I'm going to turn this over to Greg Stickler real quick.
Not only are you the first 4-time girls state champion, you beat out a lot of boys, and I've been around here for a lot of Fern Creek wrestling that was 75, 76. Guys, I went to high school and only maybe won once. Congratulations. Now, we got a little special award from you. I'm going to count down. Everybody get ready. I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Gabby. You deserve it.
We always like to give everybody the opportunity, which I think you pretty much kind of done it, but if you have anything else you'd like to say, add, take away, any shout outs, anything like that, the floor is yours.
Well, I want to shout out my coaches, Justin Nichols and Coach Dodd. Also would like to shout out one of my biggest wrestling partners. I actually had a couple this year, but Nathan Talley and Check Bay were probably two of my biggest helpers. I helped them, they helped me. They're both very different people, so it was something I had to get used to. Like, one is stronger than the other, one is more built than the other. So I had to learn how to wrestle around that. And it's good to do that. Like, I normally like to stick by wrestling partners, but I unfortunately had to switch wrestling partners because Nate's season was over and he stopped coming to practice. He was going to football, I think. So I had to adjust. And it was definitely one of those things where I was like, I don't really want to do this, but I kind of have to. So I'm so thankful that Check was there for me. Check had my back, and we're actually super close now. That's like my brother. I have a lot of love for him, and he's one of those people that motivates me through hating on me. So,
I get it.
And I told him, I said, don't hate, motivate. And I would also like to shout out the girls team. I love all of them on the team. We have Sophia Valdez, Socho Martinez, and Gracious. I unfortunately don't know her last name. But they are all awesome girls, and they also did so amazing at state. Sophia was an alternate, but she was coming back from an injury, and she wrestled really well coming off of an injury. I will say it was a head injury, and that's one of the hardest things to come back from as a wrestler, because sometimes it gets worse. Sometimes it doesn't heal properly. So I was so proud of her for going into regionals with the mindset that she had, and even though she was an alternate, I was still so proud of her. Um, so yeah, but and also would like to shout out the rest of my teammates and everybody at school and just everybody who has stuck by me and given me the strength I need to do what I needed to do.
I completely understand, and I've said in a lot of videos on the channel, whether it's the review series, the vlogs that I've done, is the sport of wrestling, it really takes a community. It does. It takes wrestlers, good administration, having support, like a good booster program or some type of like good fundraising club, parents or guardians or caretakers, whoever transport them. And it's if you don't have that good community, you're probably not going to have a good wrestling program. And I believe Coach Dodd has a really good thing going at Fern Creek, and he knows how to get things done. State champion as an individual, state champion team, collegiate wrestler, and now you, with what you've been able to do, hey, we can do it at Fern Creek.
Yeah, we're up there. We are
Right.
up there. We definitely are. And I was so proud of our team this year because we lost a lot of wrestlers last year. From our senior class, a lot of our varsity wrestlers were seniors, and so we had a giant hole in our team for quite some time. But I think a lot of the first years, I'm going to shout out one more person, Shakir, really stepped up to the plate as a varsity wrestler. And even though we were such a new team and had such new people on our team, we worked with what we had and we got better with Coach Dodd's instructions. Like, I don't think that we would have been as successful as we were if we didn't have a coach like Coach Dodd
Yeah.
and Coach Nichols to support us and to say, hey, look, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what we need to fix. And let's go. Like, I don't remember the last time that Coach Dodd has gotten mad at somebody for losing. Like, obviously, there are matches that you have no business losing. But overall, every single match is a learning experience, whether you
Right.
think about it like that or not. So even if you win, it's a learning experience. You learn what you're good at. You learn what you know how to do. So I'm just really proud of our team for stepping up and for doing as good as they did this year, especially with being such a new team. Like, they're really setting the bar for the seniors that are leaving. I would also like to point out that we, as of right now, do not have a girls team because all of our girls are seniors. So if you're watching this and you plan on going to Fern Creek, think about going to wrestling. Think about being the next girls team. We really could use it. The girls team was such a highlight of Fern Creek wrestling. We were small, but we were mighty. And we honestly had a pretty good team. We had our heavyweight, we had a 165. And I can't remember the smaller weights, but we were up there. We were in there. We weren't in every single weight class, obviously, but the weight classes that we were in, we dominated. So, don't be afraid to try wrestling. If you go for one day and you hate it, go one more day. If you still hate it, then you hate it. But I will tell you, it's not always going to be cupcake rainbows and sprinkles, but that's just life. So, if you are genuinely ready to commit to a team, then I suggest wrestling. It will change you as a person, it will change you as an athlete, and it will change your mindset on life. So,
No, and I think that's an excellent place to end the video. Really appreciate you doing this. It's like I said, we're going to have all 13 of the first girls state champions on the channel. That way, we know that their story is documented. We know that their matches are documented, and it's going to be in a centralized place. That way, the future generations coming up, they can come, watch all 13, hear the stories, and just keep the sport growing, because that's what has been missing, in my opinion, for so long, is the exposure of wrestling, boys and girls. It's not that the love for it isn't there. It's just letting other people know, hey, this is what goes on in these gyms on Saturdays. This is what goes on when we have our meets on weeknights or we have our state tournament. It's the exposure and the excitement that you can get from a competitive duel or a competitive match or whatever it is. We just wanted to make sure people know Kentucky wrestling's on the scene and we ain't going no place. So again, Gabby, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. We always like to end the video by saying it, and now I can add the word girls. We'll see you guys and girls on the mats.
Come on, Gabby! Get out of that! Get out!
Thank you, baby. Appreciate you cheering her on.
Come on!
Go get her!
Get out of that! Get out of it, Gabby!
Get out and go get her! Go get her! Alex, back up. Come over here with me. She's just nervous. This is a big deal to her. She wants to win. She's got to stay centered. Here we go. Come on, Gab. Go get her.
Get out! Get out of it! Push the elbow!
Yeah! Turn her over, Gab! Turn her over, Gab! Other side! Other side! Other side! Run it! Run it! Run it! Run it! Get on the side! Get on the side! Get on the side! Other side! Okay.
Run it! Does she know how to turk the leg? Does she know how to turk it?
I don't know. I don't know what she knows. There you go! Push! 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 Hold it! Squeeze! 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 Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Ah!
Does she know how to turk the leg?
I have no idea, baby.
Do you know if she
You're
knows how
okay.
to turk the
Calm
leg?
down.
She does?
Oh my God!
It's okay, Gabby.
Fix her head. Fix her head. Fix her head. She's gonna be thinking about her hair. Oh my God. Ah.
That's how it was for me one time when I
Scores
almost got
five.
this girl one time. That
Yes.
I lost to every single time.
5-0, Gabby. We're at Harrison County, so they're all cheering for their girl. We get it, but that's all right. Gabby Lee.
Come on,
Let's go, Gabby Lee.
Let's go.
Go get her, Gab.
Get up on it. No, get out of that.
Get up.
Get up. Get up and get out to the side.
Get up.
Get your head up.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Other side. Other side. Other side. Turn. Turn her. Get on the side. There you go. Turn her. Turn her. Turn. What's going on? Delayed start of 3 seconds, 7-0, Gabby. They're fixing the clock. Oh my God. All right, Gab, let's go. Yes, 7-0. Nope, 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 nope. There you go. Go. Nope, nope. There you go. Turn her. Turn her. Run. Run it. Get up. Get off your knees. What's happening? What? She's not doing anything wrong. I don't understand what's happening. All right, Gab. I don't know, Alex. Come on, Gab. Here we go. 7-0. 1 minute left in the second. Go! Go! Turn to the side! Get on the side! Get to the side! There you go! Now run it! 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 Squeeze! Yeah! Woo! That's what I'm talking about! Good job, Gabby Lee! That's the way to fight! That's the way to fight! Woo!
Big Wilson team!
Let's go, Gabby!
Big Wilson team, Gabby!
Let's go! Yeah! 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 Drive! Drive! Drive, Gabby! Drive, Gabby! Drive, Gabby! Drive, Gabby! Drive, Gabby! Drive, Gabby! Drive! Push! 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 Push, Gabby! Push, Gabby! Get on your toes! Get on your toes! Get on your toes! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! There you go! There you go! There you go! Hold it! Hold it, Gabby! Hold it! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about! Woo! Good job, Gabby! Good job, Gabby! Woo! Way to go, Gabby! Woo!
Gabby is going for state championship number 3. The young lady she's wrestling is from Mayo High School. She got here by winning.
Turn it, get off your knees. Nothing, nope. Hey, let's go, up in.
Gabby's in control. She's got 2 points. She's got a half in. She's twisting her body. She's going. Looks pretty iffy. Okay. Yeah, I said iffy looks dangerous because her body was torqued. Gabby's now on her toes. She's driving. She's driving. Official is counting down. We've got a 5 count. The pin. It is over. Congratulations to Gabby Wilson, 3-time state champion, heavyweight, 2023. Mom, we're going to shoot this to you. So Gabby, come sign. Are you tired or are you hungry? Daddy said all above. Gabby, say hello to your mom. Hey, Mom. She's fine. Ozell. Good job, baby. 3. You see the 3? That's 3. That's a 3 feet. 3 feet.